Hey there, this is Skendel, Clarence Skendel Johnson with Genderswag Equality, and as you guys know, we do our once a month Genderswag Leadership Forum here at the Brooklyn Pride Center. We have a special lineup tonight. I'm very excited to have two people who are new to the Genderswag family. Say hello, guys. This is Ayman. Ayman.
Yes.
Ayman, I said your name correctly.
Yes.
Ayman, Serdar.
Serdar, yes.
Oh, Ayman Serdar.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Yes, and Lano.
Mcnasty.
Mcnasty. Yay. Alano, I wanted to, discuss some things with you. As you know, the Leadership Forum is about music, and it's also about us coming together, artists and people, allies, and all that, on issues of importance. And we were having some great pre-show dialogue on a couple of things. One of the things that I'm really impressed about is the, I would say, the poetry that exists in music. Impressed in the sense that I think it's a very revolutionary time for us right now, where we can truly be out musicians and not hide behind lyrics. How do you feel about your stuff? We'll start with you, Lano, and then I'll come to you, Ayman. How do you feel about your stuff and the stuff that you put out there?
I feel amazing. I feel that everything that I do and put into my music is me and what I'm going through or experiencing at that time, so I'm never living for someone else. I'm always living for me and living for now. I'm not living for tomorrow because it's not guaranteed. So I definitely, when I sit down and write and I hear a beat, I think of what just happened or what's been happening in the past 6 months with me personally, whether it's dating, one night stands, whether it's where I'm trying to go in the future, or any of those topics that I can relate to is what I put out and put into my music. So it's never hiding behind anything, like I was telling you before, just doing different groups and music projects and then them wanting you to sing and rap for them. And it's fun because I can look to the left and look to the right and see my two aces in the holes killing it, so it makes you go that much harder. But at the same time, realistically, I want to rap or sing about a man, and I'm singing about a woman or caressing a woman at that time. And it wasn't something I was ever comfortable with, but because I love to perform, I had to rock it out. So I feel like nowadays, everybody is able to state their truth, whether it's music, poetry, damn near every TV show that we have on right now has a gay character, whether it's a good or a bad one. So I definitely think we've evolved and come so far when it comes to entertainment.
I agree with that. Now, Ayman, I'd love to hear your perspective. Ayman is coming to us very new to the Genderswag family as well, but also internationally speaking, Ayman is a LGBT artist who is from Egypt, and Cairo in particular. So your story is very interesting to me as a founder because I'm always interested in what's happening with our LGBT world family. So tell us a little bit of how the lyrics have brought you to where you are right now.
Well, literally, lyrics brought me here. Well, the thing is, I've always seen myself as an artist as someone who inspires and not just someone. At least that's what I'm hoping for, to be the kind of artist that inspires the listeners and not just have them dance to a beat or just be entertained, which is perfectly okay, but that's not what I feel my message is or my purpose is. So when I used to write songs about being in love with girls, at first it just felt uncomfortable, and I kept feeling like I'm not inspiring anyone, and because I'm not being inspired singing or writing these songs, and I just want to be the kind of artist that I wish I had growing up. That was my #1 motivation. So I'm just trying to do what I wish someone else did when I was little.
Wow, amazing. Wow. It's amazing.
But here's the thing, I know that, you know, being LGBT, being out in particular, and living at the time in Cairo is, in and of itself, a pressure cooker. It actually is quite dangerous, is it not?
Very, very dangerous, yes.
Talk on that.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, in both the countries of my mom and dad, my mom is from Aleppo, Syria, and my dad is from Cairo, Egypt. And recently, there's been killings, unfortunate, very, very sad stories that I don't want to go through details, but yeah, gay people are being persecuted and killed in the worst of ways in both countries. And at some point when that happened to some of my close friends, I just decided to come out publicly in one of my concerts and wave the gay, it was a scarf, a rainbow scarf. Yeah, while singing a gay pride song that I wrote. It's called Ayman, or it means I am who I am. And that was unprecedented in my country. No other Egyptian artists came out that way publicly, and then things just grew out of proportion, and I got the threats, and some of which from previous fans, and some of which from my family. And that was just, it got to the point where my family's safety was at stake, and I had to leave, and yeah.
How did you, because you know, the topic that's really pressing right now here in this country is the refugee crisis that's going on actually around the world, in particular Syria and the other countries that are under siege. How did you get to come here? You know, and what was that like for you?
Well, when things got really bad, and I started getting those death threats, and one of my, he started out by being one of my fans. He used to come to all my concerts, and then he became a friend of my family's. He's as old as my dad, and then he told me, I think you should do it, if not for yourself and for your dream, just for your dream of being able to sing what you really want to sing about, also for your family, because I got, like I said, death threats from an Islamic party, political party in Egypt. They practically said that if I don't repent or get married to a girl and take back what I said, my coming out, they're going for my family if I don't care about myself. So he said, you'll be selfish if you just stay and ignore that, and you wouldn't have a message, because I was like, I don't care, I have a message, I want to impact the youth that follows me and come to my concert. He said, there would be no message if you get killed. So, and luckily he was working here, and he had me come here and talk to a lawyer and see if I can apply for asylum, and he did, and I'm here. So,
And here you are.
yeah.
And we couldn't be more happier, and I sincerely mean that. I mean, you know, as the founder of the Genderswag movement, music is definitely one of the things that I feel can help change the world. And, you know, it's people who sing and who create music that are the storytellers that influence things. People think it's behind the scenes when actually it's really going straight to the heart of things, and I applaud you for doing what you did and taking a stand the way that you did courageously, because that in and of itself is a heroic. I mean, we have all this fanfare about our Avengers and our this and that, but that's a very Avenger move that you did, so thank you for doing that, and I hope you guys who are watching out there who hear the stories that are coming through tonight, you are inspired wherever you are to live your dream, particularly if you're LGBT and you feel that you're under crisis. We don't want you to risk your life in that regard, but what we want you to do is have hope and to understand that, you know, you can do as Ayman Ayman.
Ayman.
As Ayman has.
Ayman is closer to it, so you can just go with
Okay,
Ayman.
I'm so sorry. The good-looking guy over here did and come and live your dream. Alano, speaking of living your dream, you just shared with me earlier that you've been globetrotting a little bit. Why don't you tell us about that?
Right. All right. So I just got back from doing a European tour for a couple weeks. I started out in London, then I went over to Amsterdam, then Germany, then I came back to London. And just like I did it, anybody else out there who's watching or on this couch here, you can do it yourself as well. It's just all in the power of social media. So Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all these people who I've met in other countries who have helped me set up a show in their home country is all through there. So it's hashtag. I always tell people, when you're promoting and doing your own stuff, you post a picture. I used to hate hashtags. So it would be like, me and my girls, hashtag me, hashtag my, hashtag, So I'm like, this is really ridiculous. So once I got the hang of it and the meaning behind the hashtags, nobody knows who Alano is, or as the artist, Lano Mcnasty. But when I put in, hashtag gay NYC or hashtag, out in music, all these different things that I think could be trending right now, this is what's bringing them to me, because they're looking for, let me see, gay guys in New York, so they type in hashtag gay NYC and I pop up under that hashtag. So that's also another way to reel people in and just get the help that you need. So everything that I needed, I got from every single person who helped me put together the shows in Europe. And I can't thank them enough, because now I have European fans and I don't even live there, So I've been there a couple times now, and it's such a great feeling to go. And they're like, oh, Lano, it's so nice to meet you. I follow you on Instagram, like different stuff like that. And it just makes you feel like, oh, this is so dope. Like, I never would have thought little old me, would be able to go that far through the power of social media. And so the crowd's there. In the beginning, I was a little skeptical, because everyone's sense of humor is different, everyone's music is different lyrically, so you just don't know how they'll perceive what you're giving. And so I just got up there, did my thing, and all throughout the performance, I'm waiting on that feedback so I can yeah, they love it, keep going. And they're sitting there, and I'm like, oh my God, this is it. Like, it's over. And when I was like, thank you, they're like, wow, one more. So I'm like, oh, so they loved it, So of course I did one more. And it just goes to show, anywhere you go, if you give it your all and put it out there on that stage, when you walk off that stage, you left it there, job well done. Wow. And so I always tell people, just go for it. You never know who's watching. So open mics, free shows, paid gigs, whatever it is, the carnival, just don't do it on the train, because I get tired of seeing people on the train here performing. But
Branded.
We're not even going to get into that one, but yeah, so Europe was amazing, and I thank all the guys who helped me put that together.
That's awesome.
Well, I'm excited that you're excited. I definitely would love to have Genderswag go overseas and create a tour aspect to what we're doing, and I really feel like the talent is definitely here and it's assembling. We are, well, as you will probably view this footage, this show will have already taken place, but we had our second Genderswag Equality Benefit Concert at Stonewall Inn, which is a huge, big thing, because the Stonewall Inn is one of the places, if not the place, where the civil rights for the LGBT community really spark. And the fact that we're there once a month is a real big deal. I'm excited to have you both come and volunteer to be on that stage. We asked like a small donation because we are developing nonprofit. And in that aspect, what does Genderswag, when you guys first found out about the organization, what were your thoughts? And we'll start with you.
My first thought was, yes! Because my idea, the best case scenario was to mix art, my ability to write songs and sing them with LGBT activism. That was like, and still is like the best thing I want to do. So when you contacted me, I was like, yes, that just like came from heaven by an angel. So thank you for that. Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome. Pass that mic.
So I was once again on social media, always looking for a stage to grace, and Swanee had posted, you know, NYC, do we have any artists, any LGBT artists who are ready to hit the stage? And I kept reading it, I'm like, I think this is what I really want. Like, all along I've been trying to put together a show like this to where my music, because it's so provocative and it's just so me, I needed that LGBT crowd to be able to say what I was going to say, and they're like, I did that last night, you know, or that's my favorite move to do in the room, you know, and they can just really relate to what I'm talking about. So when I seen it, I'm like, Genderswag, I'm like, I like that, you know, Genderswag, that's cool. And so once I started reading more into it, I'm like, this is a place where I want to call home. You know, I can get on any stage that they put their name on and be comfortable, you know, and I know that the crowd is going to receive everything that I'm placing out and love it. And I can walk away like, I did my damn thing, you know, thank you, Genderswag. So that's how I feel about Genderswag.
Awesome. Well, wow, I couldn't, well, you know, you'll get your paycheck in the mail this week. Thank you both for saying that. It's really important that our motto, I'm okay with me, so I don't mind you, gets out there, because not only is it important to have artists such as yourselves be yourselves when you're on the stage, it's also important that our allies understand their importance to our growth as well. Mm-hmm. And we want people who believe in freedom, who believe in equality, to come out and listen to you guys and, you know, take a break from what's force-fed on, you know, radio and TV, and get some really dope realness. I'm excited about the level of talent that's in our community and the allies that are surrounding us that are not discovered in the commercial aspect of that. Who are some of your favorites? Who wants to answer that?
So some of my favorite artists that I rock out to nonstop is Kelly Rowland. It's my girl in the R&B department.
She's an ally too.
Yes, and so as far as hip hop, Missy Elliott, Andre 3000, Lil' Kim, of course, Trina. These are people who I feel like in that hip hop world, it was always like, oh, this is a man's sport, a straight man's sport. So when women started doing it, I'm like, oh. Okay, you know, the table is turning. And then you see Outkast as a group and Andre 3000 solo, style-wise, I'm like, I love that. I fit that. And so then it's still changing. We have other artists coming into the picture. You got people like Lady Gaga. I'm like, amazing singer, crazy costumes. They're accepting her. What's next to accept Lano Mcnasty? So I feel like all of these artists play such a major role, especially people like Kim, Trina, Missy, Timbaland. It's just, they get up there, they make amazing music, and they don't care if you like it or not.
Anybody from the LGBT music family?
B. Slade.
Who is it again?
B. Slade.
What kind of music?
So he does more of a gospel, which is really amazing. Another artist would be Coco Giselle.
Yeah, Coco's amazing.
Really, I have an actual song with him called Get It Up. Ra Gabor, amazing. Sony Cobain. These are all like amazing artists.
The Alliance, have you heard their stuff yet? They're the LGBT supergroup.
Yes, I have. And there's another, Leaf.
Yes, Leaf is really
Cakes
good.
the Killer.
Cakes the
Killer is actually killing it. Like, he's in Europe nonstop. So these are artists, I'm like, through social media, like you try to reach them, you know.
Yeah.
But I would love to work with any one of them. Like, I've worked with Coco already. I've spoke to Sony Cobain, just about supporting each other at each other's shows. And just collabing, you know, because all of us collectively have so much talent and so much to talk about.
Yes,
so
you do.
I feel
you
like
really do.
In the same room, history will be made.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm.
Ayman.
Go ahead.
So yeah, basically recently I started listening to Lady Gaga. I've known about her for years, but to think about the lyrics and her art is just amazing for me. So I love her music and her art and her persona. I like that. Just what you were saying, to make music and not care how it's going to be perceived. That's being true to yourself as an artist, and I love that. Also, LGBT singers, I think Sam Smith. I like his voice and his music. I'm very excited to listen to Adele's new album.
Have you heard the new single? Hello?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Hello.
And the other one also, there's another song that When We Were Young.
I heard. Well, I'll take the mic.
Okay.
I'm getting excited now. I heard about that song, but I didn't know it was released. Where did you hear it?
There was a video of her performing it in a church live, and she was
for
saying.
the big interview that she did.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and before I forget, let's wish our dads a happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
Yeah, Adele is, God, she's kind of new on the scene when you like collectively think about how big she is worldwide. You like somebody like that, you think she's been around forever.
Right.
She's only been around on the scene for what, 5-6 years?
Yeah. And
She's
collected
tearing
many
it.
awards.
Many awards, deservedly. She just did a concert here in New York too. I think it was sometime this week.
Yeah.
Adele sent Genderswag some free tickets. We love you.
We do.
So guys, in getting some more issues out there, I want to ask you, because you know you're role models, and not in the traditional sense, like you're not getting paid to be spokespeople and all that. But just by living your truth, you're role models for people of all ages, I would think. But in particular, what would you like to say to young LGBT artists?
You know what? Life is way too short.
I've been there a couple times now.
If you really are passionate about art, then just do it right. Art is about being true. It's not about being pretty. It's not about saying what you think people want to hear. It's about truth. So life is too short.
What would I say to people who look up to me? Was that it? No, was that? Oh, being a role model. No. I was trying to remember. Just about being a role model. I think everyone in their own right is a role model. And for a long time, I didn't even realize that I was being a role model. And I met a guy. We did not like each other for anything in the world, but we had to work together. And he was, a level up on top of me in the job. So he was, my supervisor. And he was just telling me, he's like, I really look up to, he's like, first let me tell you, I'm planning on leaving the company, X, Y, Z. I'm like, okay, that's, pretty sad, because we had learned to like each other. And then he was just like, I look up to you whether you know it or not. Like, you're always traveling, you're always doing your music, you're always positive, you don't let anything get in your way. He's like, and I admire you for that. He's like, even though we did not like each other, so that was why I never told you this, but now that I feel like we're on a level playing field, I feel like I owe you that to let you know that you inspire me and you're one of my role models. So that is why I'm leaving this 9-to-5 job and chasing my dreams.
Wow.
So I just cried. I'm like, you just never know. So I just tell people, like you said, stick to your truth, always be you, and don't let, the material things jump in the way and think that, because you don't have a Birkin bag, or because you don't have a record label, or Britney Spears is backing you, like, those things don't matter. You can be independent and do just as much as Lil Wayne, Nicki Minaj, Britney Spears, Gaga, Lano Mcnasty, Ayman, so you can do all those different things. but just stay true to yourself.
And there you've had it. This is why we do Genderswag, and the Leadership Forum is once a month here at the Brooklyn Community Pride Center. If you'd like to be a part of this wonderful forum, all you have to do is send us your email to Genderswag, YOU, that's Genderswag with 1G, YOU at gmail.com. I will be waiting to hear from you. Allies, don't be shy. If you get a whiff of what's cooking over here at the Community Pride Center, feel free to come on down and send your email too. So, on behalf of the Genderswag family, I want to thank both of you for showing up on this really cold November night, and I look forward to having you on that Genderswag stage. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Hashtag Genderswag.
This is Clarence Skindell Johnson. I'm okay with me, so I don't mind you. And this is Genderswag Equality. Thank you for tuning in.